This is how legends are made.
Straight through. Conn. Goal.
This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
Hello, welcome back to the Perfect Pass podcast this week. We've got a very, very special guest, Alfie Conn. Thank you for coming on, Alfie.
Not a problem. Thank you.
So, like I said, I did a little bit of research on you last night, Alfie, because you played it just a little bit before my time.
Just a little bit. My mate said the Blackpool tower went up before I.
So, obviously, internet doesn't always give it all. So, just like you to explain, sort of in your own words, just a bit about yourself, your career. Obviously, played for Tottenham. What more could you want?
Yeah. I started off with Glasgow Rangers for a schoolboy, and I went straight onto the ground staff there. I made my debut for Rangers at age 16
Oh wow!
in a UEFA Cup tie
Yeah.
and against Dundalk. Went on, became a regular in the first team later on, and went on and ended up winning the Cup Winners' Cup
Wow.
Rangers in 1972.
That's quite an achievement. And from there, you went to Tottenham, then, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. Who was it? Bill Nicholson,
it was Mr. Nicholson.
Mr. Nicholson, of course.
Yeah, I was actually told to meet the Rangers manager at Glasgow Airport.
Right. Okay.
I was flying down to talk to some club, but I
Right.
didn't know what club.
Really?
All the way down until I finally touched down at Heathrow, and Eddie Bailey, who was the Spurs assistant manager,
Right. Okay.
and I just heard this big Cockney accent. And I went, oh, it's either Tottenham or Arsenal. Lucky enough for me,
Yeah.
it was Tottenham.
Yeah. Lucky enough for everyone, it was
Yeah.
Tottenham. And you also got a couple of caps for Scotland as well. That's right, isn't it?
That's right, aye.
What an achievement that is, playing for your national team.
It's funny because my father was a famous footballer in Scotland before me.
Right. Okay.
He played with Hearts
Right.
in
Okay.
the 1940s and 50s.
Oh wow.
And he was part of what the term now is the terrible trio.
Terrible
Conn,
trio.
Bolden, Wartle.
Right,
He scored
okay.
so many goals. It was, and they're still talked about today.
Oh wow.
In high regard. So I had a good upbringing.
Oh, that's class. That's class. What have we got down here?
More importantly, you got to sign for Blackpool.
I did.
Yeah, so-
Aye.
Yeah.
You know that came about. I actually signed with Hearts.
Right.
And Tommy White was the director at Blackpool.
Oh right. Okay.
And Tommy played with my old man,
Right.
John White's brother.
Brilliant.
Played with Spurs. It was Tommy White, and he had a hotel down here, the Boston Hotel,
Oh
just
wow.
along
Yeah.
the Uncle Tom's cabins at the
Oh
time.
yeah, yeah.
And got in touch with Hearts to see if I'd come down and play the last 6-7 games of the
Yeah.
season. You know, so I ended up. I think I played 2 or 3, and then got injured again. But I was offered a contract with Blackpool, but I had to move down.
Right. Okay.
And I wouldn't do that at the
Yeah.
time because my kids had just started
Oh
school.
yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's
yeah,
a fair enough point. That's a fair enough point. Also, as well, like, you're the first man post-war to play for both Rangers and Celtic.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your time at Celtic.
Some good, some bad.
Did you get a lot of stick?
Just 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's right.
I
Just,
could tell you a story. I went back to Ibrox years and years later, and I was watching again. I was doing the hospitality in a bar 72, and I'm at half smoke. So I said to the boy, I said, I'm going downstairs to the front door to have a fag. There's thousands milling about outside,
Wow.
and I've spotted this one guy, and he's walking towards me. Out of thousands,
Yeah.
one guy comes up to me. He's went, and I'm saying to myself, he's going to say something or do something,
Yeah.
so I'll get him first. So I says to him, all right, mate, what are you doing here? I says, I'm meant to watch the game. I thought you'd have been hiding in the same cave as Bin Laden.
oh, right.
Wow. It's a bit extreme. Jeez.
Aye.
Who did you prefer playing for? Rangers or Celtic?
Spurs.
Spurs. Love that. That is a correct answer. That is a correct answer.
You might not like it just so we're all aware. I'm not a Spurs fan.
Right.
I support Man City.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
You know, my granddaughter was a Spurs supporter until Jack Grealish signed
Oh, right,
Manchester
yeah.
City. And
That's the only reason he supports
The
them.
reason she supports
That was a
Man
bit
City is because Jack Grealish's hair.
He's,
She's only 11-year-old, you know. But she was always, any time I come down to London, Grandad, can you get me a top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you get me that?
I mean,
Spurs?
I think it's good because she's seen people win trophies.
Oh,
That's all right.
he's getting kicked off this podcast in a minute, I'll tell you that.
Listen, I'll tell you. If Spurs sticks with their manager, Ange Postecoglou,
Yeah.
Spurs will be up there in the next 2 years.
This is what I've been saying. This is what I've been saying.
Honest to
So
God.
you better watch,
I'll
mate.
pick my
My
words
words.
carefully because he looks mad behind the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get on the wrong side of him,
The
mate.
Spurs directors back him and let him do
Yeah.
Yeah,
what he's
definitely.
good at.
I always said, I think you would have had a better chance against Man City. Do you know when in the Carabao Cup final, if you didn't sack Mourinho? I think it was the wrong time to get rid of it.
I mean, you can't argue with Jose Mourinho's
Well,
record.
that's-
Yeah.
that's
You know,
it.
it's just impossible.
No,
You
definitely,
know,
yeah.
but I don't think he was the right fit for
Yeah.
Tottenham somehow.
No.
With
That's
all
it.
his trophies and what have you.
Yeah, of course.
Another thing in my research came up, it said you had played a huge part in us staying up against Leeds in 75, scored a goal, set up two, and sat on the ball. So tell us a little bit
It was
about
just- We to beat Leeds, we played Arsenal on the Saturday
that. Hmm.
and we got beat 1-0, which meant we had to win the game on the Monday night against Leeds. So we're 3-0 up and the ball's played out to me. I don't know why. Mind went blank and all of a sudden I sat in the ball.
Some way to time waste.
And I'm going, what have you just done? And I stood up and I looked round and Pat Jennings is standing in his goal and he's shaking his head. I ended up, Leeds scored 2 in about 12 minutes, make it 3-2.
Wow.
But
close
finally
game.
got the winning goal. So
And, you says here, did you score a hat-trick in your debut?
yeah, up against
5-2
Newcastle.
win Newcastle?
Newcastle.
Some achievement at
Yeah,
all.
my first game.
Just got a few questions to ask as well.
Yeah.
So what would you say the best moment in your career was?
The best moment would be winning the Cup Winners' Cup.
Winning the Cup Winners' Cup. I don't think you can
Just,
argue with that at
You
all.
know, because we're a small country, Scotland.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and all the players at that time didn't cost much money.
No, yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
What was your transfer? Joe from
I think it
Rangers
was
to Spurs?
150,000.
Right, okay. Even still then though, like, I know the equivalent to that today is like, what was it, say 20 million? Would you say?
I don't know.
His
Honestly,
times
It's
have
roughly
changed
about
that
that.
much.
Well, 150 pounds
But
is
see,
still then, it's quite...
A lot of money.
Yeah.
But see, if you take it, I had to pay half my transfer fee
Right.
at my cup to the
Wow.
English FA.
Right, okay.
That's
So as I
mental.
could play in England.
Right.
Wow. Do you want to ask the
Yeah,
next
that's, I
one,
like
Ash?
that one. I like this one to be better.
Go on.
Did you have any like special pre-match routines? Like, did you have any?
No,
Did you do anything in
not
between?
really. Especially down at Tottenham, because my daughter had just been born. So as you can imagine, it was restless nights.
Yeah.
But I used to go out to the pub on
Yeah.
a Friday night and I'd have one pint
All right, okay.
just to get,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Just
calm
the
me
one.
down a bit and then go. And then I'll obviously await the game the next day.
Yeah.
But no, nothing.
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 Nothing wrong with that.
Except my cornflakes and peaches
Yeah,
pre-match
yeah,
meal.
yeah.
So who would you say the best player you've ever played with
Yeah.
and against?
The best player I ever played with, and it was only, I think, half a game, was George Best.
Oh, well,
Wow.
that's a big one.
Wow. What a name, by the way. Wow.
Yeah,
That
we
was he was the best player by far.
That is insane, that.
So our granddad, he was a Manchester City fan, and he used to always say there was times when like him and his friends, they would go to Old Trafford just to watch George Best, like just to watch him as just a player.
Honest, he was a genius. George Best.
And you've played with him. Wow, what an achievement.
As I say, it was only like half a game.
Yeah, even if it was half a minute, it's still an achievement.
Do you think
Definitely.
at that point he was the best in the world?
Oh,
yeah.
Pelé said that.
Did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you
But
can't
then
argue
I'm
with
interview with
Pelé.
Pelé and says we were talking about Pelé being the greatest, and was it Eusebio at the time? No, George Best.
Yeah.
Best. Wow, that is
It's a big one.
amazing. So who's the best you've played against? And
That's a hard one.
I can imagine you've come up against quite a few tough opponents.
I think the hardest one and fairest one was Tommy Smith of Liverpool.
Right. Okay.
Tommy Smith of Liverpool.
Wow. So you've, in the times you played against some true legends. Definitely, it's amazing.
I mean, legends of world that's used far too freely.
You are
I
right
think it is a
You know what I mean? George Best,
Yeah.
legend.
Yeah,
Pat Jennings,
definitely.
legend.
100%.
Jimmy Greaves, legend. You can go on and on and on.
Yeah, I do agree with that statement. I think that, like, especially now, like in this era of football, it is through about constantly, you know.
I think, that when you look at define the word legend, like when you do look at players like George Best, definitely.
Of course you do.
100%.
They put bums on seats, as they say in Scotland.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to ask the next one?
Which one is it? Where is it?
That one.
Oh, right. I can't read that right. You'll have to read that one.
I'll read that one. So what would you say one of the funniest stories that you have to tell from your playing career? It can be about anything, in the dressing room, on the pitch.
I think that I just can't think.
If you can't think of one, that's fine. I mean,
Do you
you
know-
sort of told us one before that found me quite amused me. I can't believe you said that.
In your era, did you have like pranksters in the dressing room, or was it just? Do you know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
pranksters.
Yeah.
In fact,
Was you one of them?
just I was always getting the pranks played.
Yeah.
But there was one, I think it was Ronnie McKinnon, played the Rangers centre half, and somebody had put 2 long nails on his boots. Because Ronnie used to step after he got his clothes on, step into his boots,
Right, okay.
like to go home.
Yeah.
Dress boots. Somebody had hammered 2 big nails into it, nailed them to the floor. So when he stood in them, he just.
Oh, that is well impressed. Quality.
Now this isn't a question from there, but I've got to ask it before.
Go on.
So there was some offence called Harry Kane. We have a big argument about Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Now, I do think he was the best striker in the world at one point. Do you think it's time for him? You can answer as well. Do you think it's time for him to step back from international football now? Like, do you think it's time for him to let other people?
As long as the manager's
Yeah.
quite happy with him. But you never seen the best of Harry Kane at the Euros.
Definitely.
Whether that's down to some the story going that he had a back injury and he wasn't 100% right. But Harry Kane's always a man that will score. But he's finished joint top goal scorer.
Yeah, well, yeah. I just think, like, my personal opinion, I do agree, but I just think it's time now, like, with the youngsters that are coming through, it's time to maybe like let them have that opportunity. Because obviously in 2 years' time we don't know where we're going to be.
It comes to everybody.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah.
That'll be up to Harry Kane.
Yeah, of course.
And the new manager.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I would like to see, what do you call him? Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Because when they come on, they made a huge difference.
100%, definitely they did, yeah. As I'm like one of Harry Kane's biggest fans, like I say, he's sort of my era of growing up as a Spurs fan, so I've always idolised him. So it's a tough one to see him at the Euros when he's struggled, to be fair, and he's getting so much criticism. But
no, but that's people tend to forget what he's done before.
That's it. Like you forget what he's done.
Every player has his bad days.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Bad tournaments and what have you.
Yeah.
But if you put the ball in, and I don't think there was enough crosses went in.
That's it.
No.
For Harry Kane to
No,
get
you're
in
right.
there,
Yeah.
That's why he kept dropping back.
Yeah. Yeah, I say if he's not getting the ball, he tries to get involved in the play a little bit more, doesn't he? And tries to drop back and.
Just
Yeah.
on that subject, that's all. So on that subject.
Yeah. So who do you think should be the next England manager? Obviously, Gareth Southgate left a few days ago, and now after losing the final, who do you think should be the next? Who would you like to see?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
It would give Scotland a chance.
That's fair. That's fair.
They're talking about Jurgen Klopp. He'd
Yeah.
be brilliant
Yeah.
as the manager.
Yeah.
But will they get him? I don't think so.
No, probably not.
There's been a few
The
rumours
only
about
other one I would put up would be Eddie Howe.
Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've read a few rumours over the last couple of days about Poch.
Poch, all the experience you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Players love him, so
That's
why
it, yeah,
not?
of course.
It's whether they want a foreign manager
Yeah.
or they want an
I
English
bet
manager.
Poch should get Harry Kane scoring goals. I bet you that for anything.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Aye, put Son in beside him.
Yeah. Right. We'll do two more. So next one, I'm going to ask this one because it's a Spurs one. So what do you think of the current Spurs squad, and where do you see them going in the near future?
I think I've already answered that.
I think
earlier
you touched on that before.
on. You know, as I say, if Ange Postecoglou gets time and he gets to bring in his own players, because he's only got one thing in his mind, and that's attack.
Yeah.
Attack, play. And he's got one of the fastest defenders in British football.
Yeah.
And
Mickey Van de Ven,
Van de Ven.
quality.
I do
You know
think
what I
the
mean?
addition.
So it means that Spurs can push
Yeah.
up and play a higher line, whereas before they couldn't have because
Yeah.
the two centre halves didn't have the pace.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, the Dutchman's got.
I think the addition of Madison last season, I think that was a big,
He's fabulous.
that was a big positive for the
Fabulous,
squad.
Of everyone in the Tottenham squad at the moment, who would you like to play with now? Say you was playing in this day and age, who would you like to play with the most out of all of them now?
Bentancur.
Bentancur. Oh really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Bentancur just he's reading in a game
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it makes it look easy,
Yeah.
and that's a sign you're a good player.
Yeah.
Everything you do.
I don't think he
seems
gets
easy.
credited as much as
I
he
don't
should.
think he does. You know, James Madison's another one. Fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
Where would you sit, like, if you could look at Spurs now, where do you think they need to strengthen?
They don't need to strengthen a full back.
Yeah.
Obviously, maybe get a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odie.
A doggy.
Or Doggy.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, he's quality.
You've got Brandon Damler.
Yeah.
Van de Ven.
Yeah.
Brandon
Yeah.
Sorry, that's
No, it's
my
alright.
Scottish getting into
It's
trouble
alright, don't
again.
worry.
Christian Romero.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what a player he is.
Yeah.
And it's no nonsense.
No,
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
It's what you need.
He's gone. The midfield, maybe another defensive midfield player. So
Yeah.
Madison and maybe another attacking midfield player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but I would definitely try and get another striker and
Yeah.
a winger.
Yeah.
I don't see Richarlison as your main.
I don't-
He had a lot better season last year than he did this season before. I think he has
I
got
think-
potential,
I
but
think I agree with you. I
Yeah.
think he's got bags and bags of potential.
definitely.
But he seems to get going, gets an
Yeah.
injury,
Yes.
out for a while, gets
Yeah.
an injury, and he's out for a while. But I think if he gets a run without injury, I think
Yeah.
his chance will turn into a great player.
I hope so.
I mean, there could be
hope so.
potential. I mean, Ivan Toney's up for sale. You never know, do you?
I'd take Ivan Toney tomorrow, definitely, 100%. Right, we're on. Do you want to ask the last one? Or can you not read it?
I actually can't, mate. That's what.
I didn't think
Oh,
my writing.
sorry.
I didn't think my writing was that
I'm
bad.
not even being funny, but I actually genuinely can't read it.
Never mind. So, what advice
Oh,
would
yeah.
you give to any aspiring footballer looking to make it pro?
First, work hard. Give up if you want to become professional. Give up your social life, and I know that's hard to say
Yeah,
for a 15-year-old,
of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
but work hard, do everything right, and remember there's always a player better than you.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Alfie.
No,
Great
no,
episode. Some
not
of the
a
stories
problem.
are
I do
absolutely
appreciate
amazing.
your time.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming on, and see you guys later. Thank you for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers guys.
Okay.